Welcome back to Showbiz Express. I'm Ross Crystal, and joining us now from the ABC series Notorious, Piper Perabo and Daniel Sunjata. Hi, guys.
Hi, Ross.
Hi, Ross.
Let me begin with you, Piper. Lay out the premise of this series.
The premise of the series is it is a show about the intersection of legal and media, and it's based on two real people, Mark Garagos, who Daniel Sunjata plays, who is a criminal defense attorney here in Los Angeles with very high-powered, well-known clients, and Wendy Walker, who was a news producer for Larry King Live for 18 years on CNN. And those two people in real life were able to, they had this kind of behind-the-scenes relationship where Mark could get his clients on Wendy's show to help curate public opinion, and also Wendy could ask Mark for favors to reach out to people that she wanted to get on Larry King Live. And so Notorious is a kind of that behind-the-scenes look at how entertainment news is created.
And Daniel, when you looked at the script, you said what to yourself?
I said, is the contract on the last page? Because I could just sign right now. I thought it was really well written, and in terms of trying to lift the images off the page and imagining how it would look on ABC with Josh Berman as the captain of our ship. I mean, I tried to make it seem like I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to take the job, but they had me from the get-go.
How much of the scripts do you think will be ripped from the headlines?
I think that the stories that we put on the show within the show of Notorious are very ripped from the headlines, and viewers will recognize the kinds of celebrities and politicians that we're bringing onto our show. And I think, people are curious about where their news comes from and who's deciding the narrative, and they want to see how that's done.
Now, as for your set, they seem to have spared no expense on the news set, the control room, not to mention the offices.
I mean, I think the sets on the show are the newsroom sets anyway, I haven't been in Garagos' office. The newsroom sets are very similar to real life. I mean, maybe a little bit bigger than real life so we can get our cameras as well as the pretend cameras in, but it's very similar to real life the way the soundstage is set up. Is it that way at Garagos?
It does come off incredibly authentically, by the way, the stages that depict the world that Julia George is president of. And yeah, I think the same thing can be said of the offices of Gregorian and Gregorian. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having an office like that.
Let's take a second to talk about the preparation that went into this show for each of you. Piper, what kind of prep work did you do for your role?
I started by reading Wendy's book and then talking with her a lot about the stories that she tells in that book. And then Daniel and I shot the pilot in Atlanta, which was lucky for me because that's where CNN headquarters is. So I could go in, and I was at the morning meeting one morning when there was breaking news. I was in the newsrooms. I was in the control rooms. I did it again in New York. I was on Aaron Burnett. I could sit in the control room at Aaron Burnett and Anderson Cooper, and I could see kind of how news producers in real life are able to manage this amount of information live. It's pretty impressive.
And for you, Daniel?
Yeah, I must imagine that experience though must feel like surfing to a certain degree. I mean,
it's incredible what they're managing live and the whole team of people that it takes to bring in that much information. And then it's down to one anchor to sort of funnel all that information to a clear narrative for viewers. It's really awesome.
And deliver it like coolly without fumbling any of the language and making it seem all smooth and seamless.
And finally, what are you both hoping the viewer will come away with when they watch this show?
I mean, I think it's a really exciting ride in a world that you haven't seen behind the curtain of before. These are really smart, high-powered people. It's a really fast-paced show full of secrets and mystery, really. And I think people are going to come away with a new show that they like to see, when they get home from work at night after they've watched the real news.
That's right. They're gonna go away with the desire to come back next Thursday night at 9 p.m.
Hey guys, continued success to both of you. Piper, Daniel, thank you for joining us, and we will see you each week on ABC's Notorious.
Thank you so much, and to you, Ross.
Thank you.